So, do you think the market has bottomed? Because we're getting some small bounces here. It looks like the war may be ending. I'll tell you the situation. So, basically, you know how the United States just bombed Iran on the weekend? And now, basically, Bitcoin and crypto and SP 500, everything's bouncing because it seems like that Iran has now made its retaliation. So, you've got US hitting Iran and Iran hitting back US military bases in Qatar, and it seems like that is done. Is that the case though? I'm going to analyze it in this episode, and also we're going to talk about a few cryptos and a few crypto stocks that I'm buying right now. So first of all, this is what's making the news right now. We all know US hit Iran with the B2 drops, with the bunker busting bombs, and on 3 Iran nuclear facilities. Then it crashed Bitcoin to 98K, and now Iran basically hit back. Because, the thing is, confirms it's hit back on the Qatar airbase, killed nobody, 0 damage except like maybe a few buildings. And usually people say that, hey, that's actually how things come down. Because what happened in the first place was this, that Trump actually told the Iranians that he was coming, that he was going to attack. He says, be prepared. I don't want it to really blow anything up. Remove the uranium centrifuges. Remove everything you can, so that I just want to make a big show for my voters. And Iran knows how to play this game. And Iran came back and said, "Okay, we know how to play this game as well." And they told Trump and they told Qatar, "Okay, we're gonna make a show by firing something at the U.S. military base in Qatar. Make sure your people are all out of there. Remove everyone, and we're just gonna bomb those empty bases. And yeah, now we can show the Iranians and people who read our news sources that hey, we hit U.S. air bases in Qatar. So therefore, we're all even. It looks like they're all even. If that's the case." The market certainly believes that is the case, because look at this. Look how crazy this move is. Oil went from $80 at the opening of this day, which is Tuesday, June 24th, Monday actually, all the way down to $69. It went from $80 to $69, went right through the 70s. Oil is usually the most sensitive indicator to these sort of situations, and look at that. I cannot see a move where the red bar, the drop, does this much. Like I've seen big moves, like this is what a drop from $66 to $60, right? That's a $5 drop. This is the $11 drop. This is from us. Okay, 78 to 69. So it's basically a $9 drop. It's crazy. We were almost at $80 and we went to $69. And if we close down here rather than a wick like this, then that means the market believe this. Because these people who trade oil, some of them are in the Middle East, or if they're the big trading houses, they would have a lot of information in the Middle East, such as inside Qatar. And they're telling us that this news is true. So the conflict between US and Iran seems to have stopped for now. But the conflict between Israel and Iran is ongoing in my opinion, because Israel's not going to stop on this. Okay, now let's get to some cryptos, some altcoins, and Bitcoin itself, and also some Bitcoin stocks, Treasury stocks that I'm looking at. But before we get to that question, first let's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo use? Well, Pablo uses exchange that's non-KYC. That means you don't need to show your ID to join. That means that even the exchange can't see who you are, and then of course Americans can join it. Then of course the IRS can't see who you are. Tax office can't see you. FBI, CIA, nobody can see you. That's why I've made this deal with them. Deposit and get a 20% bonus only on the Pablo link, right? So for example, deposit $100, get 20 USDT futures bonus. Deposit $1,000, get 200 USDT futures bonus. Chance to win like great prizes like MacBook Pro, iPhone 16, Apple Watch, and even if you're in the top 20 of my competition, this is just for my competition, top 20, you still get to win prizes. Okay, now Limited time only. This finishes on 11th of July. And for folks who are on YouTube, then the link is in the description below. The link is in the description below. But if you're on different platforms such as this one, then just click on my profile page and click on the stand link or Linktree. And it should be the first deal that pops up because this is a great deal. Okay, let's get back to the markets. And remember, folks, only on the Pablo He-Man link. Only on the Pablo He-Man link. So oil is showing us that peace is coming to the Middle East. SP 500 is showing us peace is coming, and SP 500 has bounced up as well. Bullish reversal candle. It's actually fully recovered, right? The red body from yesterday. Bullish reversal candle. Bitcoin itself, there's some interesting price action on Bitcoin because, hitting 103 now. Bitcoin, basically here, can you see the neckline here, right? So for Bitcoin, we can see there's a neckline at this 101K area. 101K area. That's the neckline. And we have a double top here. If Bitcoin was to break down from this this neckline, then indications are that it would go down to the next target, which is around 90K level, right? 90K is this level. See here? This is 90K. It basically caught all these bottoms. I thought it was too obvious, so I thought, look, probably like mid-90s, 95, 96, around there. We got to 98, and now we're having this bounce. Let's see how we do with this bounce. I think the war between US and Iran, where the conflict it has stopped for now, but Israel is going to keep on going in some way, and this is an ongoing thing. But Israel and Iran could be paused, or they could be going at a slow intensity, and US and Iran has been paused for now, it seems. That's why the markets are bouncing, Bitcoin's bouncing. I hope so. I'll give you guys more updates as more news comes out, but I hope so. I do think that both sides actually spoke to each other, both sides actually informed each other, kind of like Trump says, I need something to show my voters, and Iran says, I need something to show my supporters, and they both get something to show. They both walk away. But not the case with Israel. Israel really wants to stop Iran, get a regime change here. So I think Israel keep going. So this threat hasn't completely gone away. But the immediate danger of US getting into war, Iran bombing US military sites and all of that, that immediate threat is out of the way now. So have we bottomed? It's still hard to say. Look, but I did do some dollar cost averaging in here. Haven't gone all in yet. Let's see what happens. So what are the coins we're looking at? First of all, this is a very controversial one that everyone's been talking about. I'm starting to buy some of this. I'm glad I waited. Look at this. You would think this is a natural chart, but that's actually a log chart. So it's gone from, let me show you the natural chart. It's gone from, it's gone from, this is the natural chart. It's gone from $123 down to, where is it today? Down to $8.57. And this is meant to be like you know how MicroStrategy is a Bitcoin Treasury stock? Well, this is an ETH Treasury stock. It goes to show how badly ETH is performing that even no one wants to invest in ETH Treasury stocks. So now the key question is this S-bet a great bet at this moment? And the thing is this. Look, we all know how much MicroStrategy went up. It did like a 50x run when Bitcoin only did like 7x. And we all know how much Meta Planet did. It went up like 100x or something. So this thing, S-bet can be a great opportunity. But why has it, instead of going up, why has it crashed? Why has S-bet crashed so much? Down 93% instead of up 93x, right? So here's the controversy. This is what caused S-bet to drop like this. S-bet, by the way, is the first and probably the largest Ethereum treasury. You know how MicroStrategy basically just buys a lot of Bitcoin? It calls itself like it's essentially like a Bitcoin ETF and buys a lot of Bitcoin. They call that a Bitcoin treasury. So is MetaPlanet. Well, now SBET or SharpLink Gaming is basically a Ethereum treasury. And what happened was this. They filed a S3C registration. They filed an S3C document, S3 document, which talks about a PIPE pipe. What's PIPE? That stands for Private Investment in Public Equity. And what happened is the investors basically got to potentially resell their shares, right? So therefore, the market interpreted that meant the insiders have sold their shares. Now, the insiders, that would include Ethereum co-founder, this guy called Joseph Lubin, and he's also the co-founder of SharpLink or SBET. And I think he's also one of the co-founders of Consensus. And Consensus is actually the company that owns MetaMask wallet. Yeah, MetaMask wallet and a number of Ethereum-related properties. So this is a big deal if Joseph Lubin has sold. My thinking is this. It went from $123 down to $12, $8. So that is a 93% drop. If the rumors are true, then probably that's already been discounted. Probably that has already been discounted because even if the rumors are true, well, it's down 93% from the top. Okay, so it's very bad news that Joseph Lubin, co-founder of Ethereum, co-founder of SBET, co-founder of Consensus, which owns MetaMask, have sold his shares, but it's already down 93%, right? So what's the total market cap right now? Total market cap is 550 million right now. So it's like, to put it in perspective, MetaPlanet is 7 billion, and MicroStrategy is like 70 billion, 50 billion, or something like that. So this is only $500 million. So extremely risky situation because we don't know what's going to happen with SBET. But I'm just nibbling, buying a little, dollar cost averaging in, nibbling a little bit here because it seems to me that even if what the market is speculating is true, then still it's been discounted because it's dropped 93%. So the chances of an upside is better than chances or expected outcome of a downside. And another Bitcoin treasury stock I've spoken to you guys about 4 days ago is this Venadi Coffee. It's a coffee chain that's going bankrupt. So they've decided to become a Bitcoin treasury. And so far, look at this. They've gone from 10 cents to 70 cents, which is a 7x run. But still, their market cap is only like $12 million euros. And look at this. Look at this. This is what their price used to be, $33, and now still under $1. Extrememly risky because this is a coffee chain that's going bankrupt, but probably worth a look. Another one is the blockchain group, that is listed, I think, in Paris and in on the European stock market. And the thing about this blockchain group is that look, like any Bitcoin treasury stock, once they announce what they're going to do, they basically price just pops. So it's changed its name as well. So its all-time high was around 540, and it just exceeded its all-time high and hit like 597. If we do get a serious pullback, like let's do a measurement. If we get a serious pullback, let's say from here, 597 to what? To this area, which is okay, $4.70, and if we get really lucky, $3.70, $4.70 and $3.70, or I think chances are we might get a gap close around this $4.25 area. If we get any of those, then might be a decent chance to get in. It's also at about 700 million euros, just under 700 million euros. And as I've been saying, even MetaPlanet is 7 billion, and MicroStrategy is more like 50 billion. Now, what's another coin I'm looking at? Okay, let's do a crypto rather than another treasury stock. So this one I've talked about before. I've done a video for them. That was a paid promotion about 2 months ago, but now I have no obligation to do any promotions for them. So this is just purely me noticing something's happening with them. Again, not in a partnership with these guys. Q3 AI, I've just noticed that over the last 2 days when the US bombing raids were happening, when markets was dropping, when oil went to like almost $80, they've had this big green bar up when Bitcoin tanked to like to 98K. And then they also had this big green bar as well when Bitcoin was below, like just at around 100 today. And everyone was still worried. The reason why I think this is happening is because they got this new guy working there. So this guy is their new chief business officer. He's ex-Microsoft, probably a programmer from Microsoft, and Revolut. Revolut is, I think, the largest banking app second largest banking app in Europe or in France. It's one of those. It's kind of famous. I know it for doing that. And so, like, check this out. So you've got someone who's ex-Microsoft and ex-Revolut, but look at the market cap of this company. Market cap is only like $1 million. So for a company that is market cap, where does it show market cap? Yeah, here. Market cap or FDV of only $1 million, you're probably paying guys like this $200 minimum $1,000 a year, $500,000 a year if he works at Microsoft or Revolut, $200,000 a year, and yet the entire company is valued at $1 million. They're gonna do some spaces tomorrow, which is on a Tuesday evening Asian time or Tuesday morning US time, I assume, and so that's something to watch out for. So I'm just purely commenting on because of my watch list, because I used to work with them. So their price has gone down a lot, like every other coin. So I'm wondering why there's all this strength. I can't explain it. Maybe the insiders are buying. That's my only suspicion. Okay, I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully the war is gonna take a pause and we take off from here. But we don't know yet. So I'll give you guys updates on what happens next.